relatively poorer, and the north of Malaya, which is also relatively poorer. So we need to then forge this sort of understanding, which covers, therefore, customs, border, and propelling the economic collaboration and advantage of these countries. What I want to suggest is, of course, this is in line. I'm not giving anything new, but I'm just to reinforce this. With your support, then we will then push this agenda ahead. With Vietnam, for example, in the energy transition grid, ASEAN energy grid, of course, ideally we should go through Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and down, but it will be phenomenal cost. We are at the second stage, but the first stage, for example, is energy grid from Vietnam undersea cable to north of Malaya, right through down to south and to Singapore. And we were thinking of how to collaborate through Batam and then Sarawak to Sabah and even South Philippines. I mean, these are issues that we can not only explore, but we have to cement this and push fast enough. There's no point of lamenting about problems that we can't easily resolve. Problem with the United States is not something that we can easily resolve. But intra-ASEAN trade, intra-ASEAN initiative, customs and investments, this we can. And I think we should do it at a faster pace. And, finance ministers and governors are extremely influential in this country. That's why I was telling Amir why I didn't want to leave the post of finance minister, because this is influential. Because sometimes they're more influential than the prime minister and president. Don't quote me on this, you'll be in trouble. The media is here. But you can, with your immense influence and power, you should push the agenda forward. The understanding of the macroeconomy, the financial situation, the currency, combined between governor and finance minister, they are the peak, the pillar in any country. Now, with your strength, you can strongly influence, and I think we should come to more specifics in terms of digital connectivity, in terms of energy transition, in terms of cross-border trade, in terms of customs understanding, in terms of utilizing the capacity of industrial sector where you end up. There's no point on our smaller economies competing and undercutting each other. But there is a great benefit if we can, for example, prioritize what each country can excel, and we work together. And I take this very seriously, because this has been talked about, since the 1990s. I remember Supachai was then trade minister, Thai trade minister, and later became WTO DG. But before that, he was one who was really vehemently pushing for this. He says, Anwar, we have great resources and wonderful sort of relations among us. It's extremely peaceful. But why can't we just push our leaders and convince them that the future, the answer is, of course, financial, digital, those days not yet digital, but trade investments among us. And I think it is my duty then, of course, to remind the issues relating to Myanmar is, of course, of concern, particularly the unfortunate earthquake and the devastation, which is horrendous. I'm thankful that many ASEAN countries, or most ASEAN countries, have offered assistance. We are in touch, and I think because of that, I have had direct engagement with Senior General Prime Minister of Myanmar to speak about humanitarian efforts. And I've also informed all my colleagues that, look, we should use this occasion to work together, at least starting with humanitarian, engaging with both parties, then probably persuade them to at least accede to some of the concerns that we have expressed according to the broad parameters of the 5-point consensus. So that's it for now. I mean, you can read my paper if you want to. So, again, thank you very much, Amir and Governor Rashid, for taking this initiative and for your presence in Kuala Lumpur. You know, but the next time they should have some resort somewhere, because you know, finance. In my experience in various ministries, of course, finance and including central bank are the most focused, serious. They immense help to the nation, but you know, they can be quite boring. So please make sure that you have time to relax, engage, and you know, like the ASEAN way. ASEAN way is not holding hands, also to sing and relax in this culture. Our strength is not just pure monetary and economics. Our strength is also the cultural vibrancy. When I wrote Asian Renaissance 25 years ago, I say we take great pride in the forging ASEAN ahead as a major economic focus and fundamentals. But it's not just economic empowerment. It's cultural vibrancy and empowerment. So with that note, I thank you again. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim, for the insightful and inspiring closing remarks. With that, we officially conclude the ASEAN Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors Meeting 2025. Thank you all for your participation. Now, I would like to invite all distinguished ASEAN Finance Ministers and Governors to gather at the park entrance, ground floor, for a group photo